What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Brian Bo-Mac McIntyre, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. Get this. According to Bo-Mac, the trainer of Terrence Crawford, he states that Spence waited too long, says Bo-Mac, and had a better chance against Crawford when he first moved up. Wow. And he said they should have got him when he first came up from 140, said Bo-Mac. Initially, after cleaning out the super lightweight division in 2017, Crawford dropped his IBF, WBO, WBA, and WBC titles and made the move to welterweight. At the time, Crawford was attempting to get acclimated to life against bigger and stronger men, but as time has slowly ticked by, Bo-Mac believes that Crawford has filled in nicely. He says he's a legitimate welterweight now. They should have got us earlier because he is now a beast. And let me counterpunch. I don't think that it would have been better for Crawford and Terrence Crawford earlier. And Errol Spence earlier. Why? Simply because I think it's a better fight now because Errol Spence knows, I think, more reserve. I think he's a more mature fighter since he's the younger fighter by a few years. But I think what he's went through, and I think the guys he's been in there with, and the understanding that he's in there with a killer. He's in there with Crawford, and he knows Crawford is not a guy that he has any type of leverage over as far as physicality. I mean, we wouldn't really know that until they get there, but he knows that Terrence Crawford's coming for him, and he's coming for Terrence Crawford. Now, Terrence Crawford, I think, has filled in, though. I agree with Bo-Mac. I think he's stronger now than he was back in 2017 when he stopped bigger guys like Jeff Horn, which was undefeated at the time, okay? And he was able to take him out in the 9th round. And he did so ever so after that, and I think he just got stronger. If you look at his back muscles, he looks a lot bigger. He looks a lot stronger. Now, as for Errol Spence, let's say Errol Spence would have fought him back then. What did we deal with back then, though? From 17 to 19 before the wreck, we seen Errol Spence take a lot of shots unnecessarily. I think if he would have fought Terrence Crawford then, we would have had a totally different fight from now. We would have had more of bombs over Baghdad with Errol Spence because Errol Spence was just this I don't give a shit Marco Antonio Barrera, work the body, eat him up, punish him, tree chop him, get it in until they give in. That's the type of fighter Errol Spence was, and he would take anything that you had. He was hittable. Yeah, ask Kell Brook, ask Sean Porter, ask these guys. Yeah, you could hit him. But he had a durability out of this world, and he was more like probably like a young Joshua. You remember how Anthony Joshua used to be, like he was against guys like Dominic Breazeale and Dillian White? He didn't really care. He didn't have that factor built in yet of caution. Okay, and we all know what happened with him with Andy Ruiz, but what happened with Errol Spence? Okay, what happened with Errol is the wreck, the DWI, life. That's what happened to Errol Spence. You know, and then after that, he would get hit with shots and kind of snatch his head to the right or left and kind of look, what happened? Is that my teeth? Is that my veneers? You know what I mean? And that tells you that's a twitch, that's a tick. And I think because of that, that's made him a better fighter. Not a more cautious fighter, but a better fighter. You know, because if anything, I think Errol Spence has matured enough now to be ready for a fight with Terrence Crawford versus then he would have been in a firefight with a guy I think was better than him defensively. You know what I mean? I think they're both brilliant offensively, but that's not the point. The point is, how good are they at defending shots, blocking shots, bobbing and weaving, getting out of the way of shots? How good are they defending themselves? And Errol Spence, I think he's better now because he keeps that hand, he keeps those guards up, a tight, high guard. keep your hands on the phone. Okay? I think he's a much better fighter now. I think he's more mature now. So I don't agree with Bomac. I think we got a better and more complete Errol Spence because he's been through life. He's been through these trials and these tribulations. He's got all his damn teeth knocked out in an automobile accident, but no other broken bones. He's a savage, right? We have that. Okay, and that's the type of Errol Spence that I think that's going to be or have a better chance against Terrence Crawford versus the other guy before the wreck. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Bomac stating that it was a bad time for them to fight Terrence Crawford now. They should have fought him when he came to 147. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!